Molly, the season comes to a close today against a really, really good Garrigan team. Just your thoughts?
I thought that we played with our hearts and that we left it all out on the court, but our shots weren't falling or anything, so we couldn't really do anything about that, but we tried to do our best on defense. Yeah.
First quarter, you guys came out, things were clicking. How was it feeling after that?
It was feeling really good, and I thought that, it was going to be a great game, and they're a really good team. But we battled, and
What were some of the things they were doing that maybe gave you guys some fits?
They're a really good outside shooting team, and they could pass it into Audie, and she can do a lot of good things down low. It was hard to stop.
How much does her presence in the lane just affect the whole offensive game?
It's really difficult to do things when she's that tall, and she has a really big wingspan, so it's very difficult to get around her and do what we want to do inside.
Talk about what you were able to do offensively. What was it that clicked?
We started to drive more and pass it more into the middle, upper middle, so then we could get like 15-foot shots off.
The season comes to a close. What was this year like?
It was an amazing season to play with my best friends, and I couldn't have asked for a better team to go with the season.
I know it's tough to talk about Tatum, but I mean, what a great attitude she had through the whole injury, and then just supporting you guys and even getting out there. And every time she got out there, she seemed to knock down a shot or two.
Yeah, she's a very hardworking young lady, and I'm going to miss her so much.
How much does this year, this week, with what you guys have coming back, kind of serve as a motivator for next year?
I think that this set a very high standard so that we can come back next year and we can show them what we can do.
Today, you got a 9-5.
Well, that was dumb. No. It's got off to a pretty good start. First quarter-wise, that's kind of what we were hoping for. Our goal was to try to keep the game in the 40s, obviously, if we could. And, it was just like I told them in there, it was one of those days. I think we ended up being 3 of 23 from behind the arc. And, you got to get those to fall. Overall, I'm not sure what our shooting percentage was, but I know you've got it there in front of you.
26.8.
Yeah. So, it's just one of those things. When you're playing a team of that caliber, guys, you got to have some things go your way. And unfortunately, they really didn't go that way today.
It's a good 2-3 zone, especially with Audie in the middle of it.
Yep.
The ball just need to move a little bit quicker.
Yeah, and we talked about that. I thought we just kind of, every time it seems like we were catching and holding, I thought at times. But, we also had a bunch of open looks. We had open looks from 10 feet, from 5 feet, from 3 feet at times. And we had open threes. And, it's shots that I'm not going to hesitate that if we had that same opportunity, I would bet on my girls again. I really, really would. So it's just one of those days, guys.
How much does Audie affect shots, even when she's maybe 5 feet away from you?
I don't know if it. Well, I don't know. I hope not. If you're 5 feet away, that doesn't mean anything. I thought sometimes that maybe we overpenetrated Mike. I did. We were getting too far into where they were at, and so it made it difficult not only to shoot the ball, but it also makes it difficult to pass the ball. When we did get in there and we were sealing on the backside, we had some good looks. It's something we had talked about, but probably not enough. But, it is what it is. I can't say enough about this group of 8. One of the things I said to him in there is, in November, if you would have taken this, back then, it just says a lot about our kids.
How tough of a team are they to guard? I mean, they have scorers other than just Audie. How tough was that?
They have what?
They have scorers other than just Audie Crooks. We saw that today. How tough are they?
They have 2 other people. They had 27 or 31. We knew exactly what they were going to do. That wasn't the issue. It's easier said than done, and to carry things out. I thought Molly had open looks. That's number 11. She had some open looks where we weren't identifying. But it's the 3-headed monster. I wouldn't change the game plan whatsoever if we come back out and played again.
kind of a hodgepodge. You put 2 girls on Audie,
Yeah.
1 girl on 14, and then the other 2 kind of roamed.
Yep, 11 and 14. No, we had 1 on Molly and 1 on the Meyer girl, and then 2 on Audie inside, and then I let Quinn roam.
Okay.
And it wasn't the other ones that beat us. It was the 3-headed monster. You know, I mean, it's those 3, and we talked about it. It's nothing new. You know, you also got to have them miss some shots and miss things, and they're a great basketball team, but I'm not going to. I know I wouldn't hesitate to play them again.
Everybody but Tatum back next year. You know, that's going to be a real plus there. And,
Well, it stinks that, you know, she didn't get the opportunity to probably play as much as she would have liked to, but for her to get out there in the end and to hit a 3 and then to hit a 2, she deserves a standing ovation, and that's why I called a timeout to get her out, because I love that kid. She's done so much for our program over the last 4 years. And that's why, you know, it's kids like that that you hope, you know, the rest of the student body understands and looks up to. You know, it's I guess probably the best compliment I can give her is that, you know, I hope my daughter learns a lot from her.
What's the best way to sum up this season?
I don't know. How about a group of kids that never gave up and, you know, doing more with less? You know, it's what's on the back of their state shirts. It's kind of what they wanted. 8 kids. And as hard as these kids worked, you can't take anything away from them. You know, they played. If our shots fall, we're right there. You know, that's just part of it. So it's been one of my, and I know as screwed up a year as it's been in the last year and a half, this is probably one of my most memorable seasons that I've ever had as a coach.